Hey guys, my name's Lee. Thanks for joining me. If you've been following any of my videos, you may have noted that I'm gluten-free. And I love cooking and I love eating, but sometimes my tummy needs a rest. And when it needs a rest, I eat what I'm cooking today. I have it for lunch until the pot's finished. So I usually have it at least 3 or 4 times. So all I do is I start with, I take a half a cup of rice and I pour it into a container. And then I take the same amount of mung beans, half a cup, and I pour that in the container as well. Then I fill that up with water and I leave it to soak for 30 minutes. And in the meantime, I'll just chop up a few veggies. And today, the only veggies I'm using is some cabbage and some peas, which are both really good for digestion. That's a cup of frozen peas. And I'm not cooking outside today because it's been really crazy weather. And that's it. Just some cabbage and some peas. So it's really important to make this kitchari that's good for digestive health, to use basmati rice, which is really easy to digest, and also mung beans. So after half an hour, I just get the mung beans and basmati rice and just rinse them until the water runs clear. When the water is clear, I just give it a little shake. Now you'll need ghee for this. Don't be scared of fat. You know, fat is so important in our diet. I was around in the 70s and a little bit in the 60s. And as soon as they introduced low-fat food to society got fatter. Fat's really important, don't neglect it. Good fat, not the deep-fried fat. I put a big spoon, or maybe a little bit more, of ghee into a heavy-based pan. While it starts to melt, I add a couple of good teaspoons of cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, about a half a teaspoon of crushed fennel seeds, 2 teaspoons of salt, you can always add more at the end, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, and the last spice, but certainly not the least, is fresh ginger. And I just grate lots of fresh ginger in there. I don't even bother about peeling it, I just wash it and then just grate it in. Then I add the mung beans and the basmati rice and I give that a stir, making sure it's coated with all the lovely spices. And by doing this, it also ensures that the spices bloom. Then I add 6 cups of cold water. This is just to the kettle to make it easier to show you. But 6 cups of cold water. Just give it a little stir and I bring it to the boil. So after it's come to the boil, I just add the peas and the cabbage. I give that a stir and bring it back to the boil and gently simmer it for about half an hour. I try not to stir it too much or it can get a bit mushy. And you can add more water if you need to. It depends how you like it. I like it a bit soupy, but about half an hour I simmer it gently for. So before I turn it off the heat, I like to do one more thing. Now this is purely optional, but I add another spoonful of ghee just to finish it off. I love this, and it just feels healthy, it tastes healthy, and it tastes really yum. Thanks so much for watching.